Hello, it's another episode of the Revolutionary Talk. This is the second episode, and I'm so glad to come your way. God bless you. I thank God for me, I thank God for you. And on this episode, I pray the Holy Spirit does His work once again. So I'd like to start off by asking that, are you happy? This is, I think, an important question that we hardly ask one another. You know, when we meet, we are always asking one another the work we are doing, what stream of income that we've got going. But life is hard. And I once had this image that we are all trapped in a room called planet Earth. And we are all being crushed on every side, and we are all suffering, and we are all going through battles. And the nature of these battles are such that they are quite sensitive and confidential, so you can't open up easily to people about it. And you don't get to choose when you leave this room called planet Earth. But when you least expect it, somebody called death walks in and then snatches you out of the scenes. So in these last days, the term mental health has become very, very common. People are doing everything they can to relieve themselves of stress, whether good or bad. And people are making sure that they are in the right relationships, they've got the right people around them, you know. And we've had terms like self-care, self-worth, self-love pop up. But the best thing is that it is never the plan of God to add to the pressure that comes along with doing life. Neither is it the plan of God for you to go through life full of constant struggles and battles that drag you and make living hard. So when Jesus Christ was leaving this earth, knowing very well all these, that a time will come where I will struggle with mental health, where you will have self-esteem issues, he realized that we would become orphans and spiritually handicapped without him. So he sent us a helper. Yes, the very helper. He is a comforter. He is our counselor. He is our intercessor. He is an advocate. His name, the Holy Spirit. Yes, the Holy Spirit is our cheerleader for life. He is our spiritual advantage. And you know, it feels so good that in the midst of all the voices within and without that puts pressure on us to get life right by hook or crook, to produce results as to whether how we do it, we have the supernatural helper who lovingly, who gently, who thoughtfully and carefully, caringly guides us, unlike our fellow men. Life is just too hard to tackle with just your physical efforts. You need something out of the ordinary. You need extraordinary backing. So some people may choose to consult all sorts of mediums like witchcraft, like occultism, divination, and so many demonic stuff. But child of God, the Holy Spirit is our spiritual advantage. We weren't left orphans. He is a spirit who lives in you and I, as Jesus said in John chapter 14 verse 17, but also a person who talks to you and I. Yes, the Holy Spirit speaks to you, the Holy Spirit speaks to me. And that statement Jesus made in John chapter 16 verse 13 is as literal and as absolute as it sounds. You are eligible. You qualify for the Holy Spirit to dwell in you and talk to you because you are a child of God by default. And the Holy Spirit doesn't expect you or doesn't expect us to be sacred or clean before he talks to us. You know, sacred has always been seen as stainless, where stainless is shaped by human logic, by religious set standards, and by anything that seeks to, you know, make humans righteous by their own efforts. Sacred in God's eyes is the heart that genuinely loves him and is honest about him. That is who the Holy Spirit is, and that is what God seeks to do. So God seeks to have a relationship with us through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is that perfect best friend that you've never had but wish you had. You wish you had that perfect best friend who won't betray you by sharing your secrets and your sensitive information in public or talking to others about it. If nobody has ever told you, the Holy Spirit is the most relatable being who understands you more than anybody you've ever thought understood you. That person you run to confide in when you mess up, the Holy Spirit understands you and relates to you more than that person. So with that being said, learn to have honest conversations about your feelings with the Holy Spirit. State situations as raw as they are to the Holy Spirit. When the Bible states that the Holy Spirit will speak to us about all truth in John chapter 16 verse 13, these truths include truths about yourself as a person. Yes, the Holy Spirit will tell you beautiful things about yourself you never knew. I am talking from personal experience. That there is this peculiar sophistication and delicateness about your nature, how God made you, that it is only the Holy Spirit that can reveal that to you. That is why He will guide you into all truth. So don't open up to everybody and hold out when it comes to the Holy Spirit. Be selfless about yourself with the Holy Spirit. Open up and surrender every aspect of your life to Him and lean not on your own understanding. Last week we talked about God being vulnerable. But if there's anything you should be vulnerable to, it should be the Holy Spirit. Because without this supernatural spirit to do life with, trust me, the devil will play with you and mess with your life. In fact, you will go through life not knowing who you are, where you come from, what you carry, and where you are going. Make an intentional effort of inviting the Holy Spirit to dwell in you each and every day. Tell the Holy Spirit you want to be that Wi-Fi, you want to be that hotspot that attracts Him. Jesus said something really sad in John chapter 14 verse 17, that the world doesn't know the Holy Spirit, therefore it can't accept Him. So tell the Holy Spirit that if He needs anybody to understand Him, if He needs anybody to speak to, you are there. You are there to be that room in which He operates. God bless you so much. God bless you with the Holy Spirit. And I am available on all social media platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube as Anna_R.talk. I'm on Facebook as Adjoan Shira, and I'm on TikTok, yes, as Anna_R.talk. Just that. God bless you so much, and may the Holy Spirit abide with you. Bye.